I am ready.
How long have you been in this business?
I've been doing website design and search engine optimization for 12 to 13 years now.
All right, and your family?
Oh, my family. I've got a 28-year-old son, Cody, married to Ellen. They were married last year. I better get that right if my son sees this. They were married last year. My dad passed away last year, so that was a bad moment. My mom is still around. I don't have any pets. I'm too busy. I'm not against dogs. I'm just against them living with me.
And how long have you been in Louisville?
I've been living here all my life. I have lived in a couple other places. I lived in Indianapolis for a short period. And I lived in Florida for a short period. And of course, I was in the Army for a couple of years.
And what's your keys to success?
I think persistence, and then you have to kind of be in that mode of actually trying to help someone. So if you're actually trying to help someone, they always kind of want to come back and they'll tell people about that. But persistence and hard work will overcome most faults and things. Or bad luck, for sure.
Yeah. And something that nobody here knows about you.
I used to do obstacle courses.
Really?
Yeah, this is a couple of years ago. I was a little bit lighter, obviously. And what's great about this is that I finished this obstacle, one of the hardest ones there. Nobody was around to see me. I would do this with a couple of buddies of mine. What we would do, we get into Paoli, those up and down hills. The hills themselves are an obstacle. We were going down one of these hills, and we were all right here, and I tripped and fell. It's like a cartoon. All my buddies were there. They watched me fall, laughed at me. Every time we get together and hang out and talk about this, the first thing out of their mouth is, "Remember that time Rick fell down the hill?"
Oh my gosh.
Right. So, but I finished this, and if nobody sees you, it probably didn't happen, right? But I did this, and none of them were there to see this. I did this like Spider-Man. I went across this. See that girl? See that woman right there? That's Spider-Man's girlfriend. She was impressed.
Very cute.
Yes.
She looks like she's in awe.
I know.
She was in awe. Yeah. That was I couldn't do it now. But that was fun. Yeah, but nobody saw it, so nobody believes me. You guys probably. But all right. Well, I've been doing this for about 12 to 13 years. Really, internet marketing and search engine optimization are kind of the same thing, but kind of different. But really good people that I can really help is if they need website design. Obviously, that's simple. They have a business or want to start a business, or they just need some updates to their website. I usually do a lot of WordPress sites, and that's just because WordPress is so ubiquitous. It's everywhere. And it's easy to manipulate. So it's not like I had a client just here recently. They were migrating over to my website hosting, and their website they have now is called a Laravel application. It's great technology. It does a lot of things, but very few people really have the experience to work on it. Very expensive. So we have to switch his website from that to WordPress so we can actually work on the thing. It's been a real task. But that's why I like the WordPress sites. They're easy to manipulate. It's easy to find someone to work on them, and they're just cheaper to manage and take care of. WordPress site. I think it's 30-something% of all websites worldwide are basically WordPress sites. So, and then the website hosting, that's been something I just recently got into. Well, I don't know, a year and a half. You have to pay for website hosting. It's really the hosting is that server. It's that actual place where the files for your website live, the zeros and ones. So I can do that. I rent space. I don't have a physical server, but I rent space on a physical server, and then I can host the website. So that way, with me hosting the website, I also do. I'm as inexpensive as anybody, and the SSL is included. There's 2 hours of web development included per month. So if you have a website that needs some updates here and there, I can do that for you. So and I'm local, so a lot of people like that. And of course, the search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is almost as much as an art as it is a science. It's all about getting those backlinks and manipulating the keywords to where your website ranks on Google for the keywords that you're looking to be found for. And there's a lot to this. There's like search intent, what is your perfect customer? What are they looking for when they do the search? Some other keywords. So someone that would really be helpful for me would be like a small to medium-sized business, and they can't find their website on the internet. They look for it but can't find it, and I can help them do that. Social media marketing. Social media marketing is a real challenge. I see a lot of people that they're trying to work 10 different platforms, Pinterest and Instagram and Facebook. In reality, you just need probably one or two to really get your point across. And it kind of depends on what kind of business you have. YouTube is it's very male dominated. A lot of men watch YouTube. Pinterest is more about women. So it depends on what your product is. You may be better off using Pinterest, where, Bob may be better off on YouTube as an example, So, and internet marketing. Internet marketing kind of encompasses all of these things. It could be anything from a pay-per-click ad, or maybe email marketing. I do some email marketing for people. The email marketing, basically gathering an email list where you can kind of keep in contact with your clients. Use something like MailChimp, something like that. And with what's going on in the world with like the search engine optimization here recently with Google, Google dominates the search engines. 97% of all searches are done on Google. And here recently with Google having their issues with their Gemini AI, a lot of people are trying to transition to other things, but Google has crept into our lives so much. I kind of looked at it and thought, what if I wanted to quit Google? I don't think I could. I mean, all my information is stored in the cloud, and it would be tough, so I don't know what we're going to do about that, quite frankly. It's going to be a weird, tough thing to come up. Because what we're going to do is switch to start using Bing. I mean, Bing only gets 1% of all searches. Yahoo uses Bing. So that's going to be tough. Google dominates the world right now. They're trying to take over with AI, I think. So, that's really it. I mean, I've got a lot of things I can do for a lot of people. We've been growing here recently, with some help from some of you guys, so I appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions? No. Next. No. Okay, I'm sorry.
You know how Facebook, they're saying, like, you do the social media marketing, the third-party platforms, they're like taking that away in April. Have you heard anything about the resolution?
No. They're working on trying to figure that out, but and I don't know how they're going to fix that. That's a really complicated issue. It's Facebook getting greedy.
It's going to mess my business up some.
And then see, Facebook, it owns Instagram. So it's going to be a real challenge. I mean, you might start building out like maybe a Pinterest, because it's but it won't be, it'll take a long time to build it out. As you know, when you probably started Facebook, it took a long time for it to gain some traction.
I can do it, it's just the time and
Yeah.
having this like
Yeah.
protect my time.
Yeah, yeah.
The client who had the website hosting that was not WordPress, did the person that set that up for them, were they just trying to make more money from the sale?
In my opinion, because I helped a guy move his website, the same guy, I helped him move I did a favor for a friend that works for this guy. Now I have the client, so I did a favor for somebody in the past that ended up getting the client. He had a WordPress site, moved it to this other media company, and they switched it over to this Laravel application. In my opinion, I think they did it because they can almost hold the website hostage. Who else can work on that?
Yeah.
And they were charging him an a lot of money to manage this website. And when only very few people, I can't work that application. It would take me 6 months of research just to move it over, right? I don't have that kind of time. And what would I have to charge the guy to do that? It would be, that's a large number.
So you essentially just built a whole new one.
We're going to have to build a whole new website. We're going to talk with them now. Usually I can, because this happens a lot. I have somebody come to me and they went with a company and they literally hijacked their website. They just hijack it. So if you have an issue with that company, then they got something to hold up, like a sword of Damocles they can hold over you. So you can't take that. Your website is just like a piece of equipment for a roofing company or anything else, or, the makeup that you carry around, or the tools at your office, And that's gonna be a real issue. Like, he's talking to a lawyer, and I talked to an attorney yesterday about website stuff. Like, I've never wanted to do that. I don't want to do that. It's the first time I've ever talked to an attorney without being charged, though.
You talked
Sorry,
about
sorry,
it.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I was chewing.
He said it's the first time he's talked to an attorney without being charged. So you were talking about the MailChimp, so is that something you can assist with as far as like an email drip campaign?
Yes, yeah. I use a tool called MailChimp.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive, but it's a little hard to manipulate.
Okay.
And there's some other things you can do, like every visitor that visits your website, so you get another opportunity at them because there's some code that you can put on your website that'll scrape and get their email. So now you're building your client list. Or if you have a client list by other means, you can put it into the system and then start to build an email list, upcoming events for your business or whatever's going on.
MailChimp's like a constant contact.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly, yeah. I think real estate agents and a lot of marketing professionals prefer constant contact, but I've never used it.
I know a lot that use MailChimp too.
Do you know much about white cloud?
No, not really. I don't know everything. What's up?
I'm curious about what the Facebook thing is.
Yeah, me
So
too.
what are they just like taking away third-party advertising?
Facebook is trying to work on forcing larger, let's use Walmart as an example, I don't know if they're one of them, trying to force Walmart to use Facebook exclusively or more often. And like places like they could force me to do it probably, I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody trying to be a somebody. But they're trying to force these larger companies into using their platform more often, or if you're gonna use this, you gotta pay us more. That's what the issue is becoming. And it can really, and Facebook cheats anyway.
Is that in the boosting part, you mean, or?
It's not necessarily the boosting part, but like if you have a Facebook page, for example, if you have a Facebook page for the flooring company and you're posting things like 10% sale or a new color come in for carpets, or now we're doing area rugs, whatever. Well, they only show that to it used to be 20% of your followers. Now they've dropped it down to about 7%. So they're throttling it. Either use us more and pay us more, or we're just going to show your post to fewer people. And if you don't like it, pay us. See, they're cheating.
So want you to boost it.
And if they weren't making money, I could almost understand it, but they're killing it, man. Facebook is making money.
Yeah, if you're not boosting, no one's seeing your content.
It's getting smaller. One of the articles I read, it was like as low as 3%. So if you've got 100 followers, you make a post, put all the time and energy in something entertaining, only 3 people saw it. That's ridiculous. But if you've got 10,000 followers, that's the whole goal.
Yeah.
And they know a lot of people like London here need the Facebook. So they're trying to force a few more dollars out of her.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Hunter Lloyd with Byrne Insurance Group. How long have you been at Byrne?
I've been at Byrne for 6 months, but I have a long and storied history in sales.
Tell us about your family.